One World United and Virtuous providers, after-school clubs that work to build a better future for students, are joining us today to share more about the organization. And the first chapter in the Bronx is the founder, Joe Carvin, and executive director, Jack Zaccara. Welcome you guys to the show.
Thanks so much.
Thanks for having us.
You guys are doing some wonderful works at one of the schools,
PSMS 95.
Yes.
Right.
We switched it around like we did in the beginning.
Yeah, exactly.
Tell us about some of the wonderful things that you do.
Well, ultimately, we're teaching a character education course with a global perspective. We want the students to understand that they can make a positive contribution to their community, real catalyst for change. It's important that they do it for their school community, for the Bronx community, as we've been hearing today, but most importantly, or just as importantly, for the global community. What happens in the Bronx reverberates across the globe. I can tell you that, having lived on 5 different continents.
Yes. And global community spells, of course, one world.
Exactly.
Tell us about it.
Sure. We actually started 4 years ago with one after-school club, and that first year, the Haitian earthquake happened, and our teacher, working with 4th graders, came in the door and had her whole club waiting for her the following morning. Some of the poorest kids in our community waiting for her to say, Mrs. Zaccara, there was an earthquake in Haiti. What are we going to do about it? So it's really about empowering young people not only to feel connected to all of humanity, but also to know that they can make a difference, that what they do or don't do matters. Yeah. And then finally, there is the character education component as well. So we want our kids to understand that character doesn't just matter, but maybe character matters most.
Character matters most. That's most important.
Right. Yes. So it's global education, and yet it's character education at the same time. And this is our first school in the Bronx, PSMS 95, and we are giving it away. We offer this free to any school who is interested. And so we'd like to see it sweep across the Bronx and then to the rest of the schools in New York City as well.
Let the Department of Education and all the schools, all the wonderful people, parents, teachers watching, let them know exactly what you're giving away.
Right. So we have a curriculum. We work with grades 4, grades 5, and middle school. But this summer, we're also writing a curriculum for high school and college clubs as well. So pretty much starting grade 4 up, you can start a One World Club in your school or even in your community organization. We have an after-school center that has started a One World Club as well.
One of the foundational principles is service learning.
Service learning.
Right, so basically what we do, we provide a framework with the character education, but we want them to understand that they're positive change agents, real entrepreneurs. So what happened in PSM 95 this year is they went out and raised $198 on their own and gave it to the Montefiore Hospital. And they did it by selling Hershey Kisses. So basically, the global peace starts with a kiss.
Wow.
And they've written to Hershey Kiss asking them to match the $198 donation. So the kids really
couldn't refuse that.
They couldn't refuse that.
No.
Well, hopefully, we're still waiting to hear.
Hershey, if you're listening.
If you're listening, then exactly. We're very hopeful that they do match the donation.
We're selling kisses. What a wonderful brand. I mean, the branding your product there.
Right, and it wasn't us. This came from the kids. This came from the students.
Yeah.
We hopefully have great teachers who do great things and inspire kids to just make that kind of difference. Our kids have contributed to relief at Japan after the tsunami. One of our clubs in Portchester has adopted a young man in Gambia and literally has raised enough money that matches the family income for a year.
And if I could just add, Bob, it has a positive impact on the school. So a number of the kids, for example, in PS 95 this year, who weren't coming to school, we found they were coming on Wednesdays.
They found a reason to come to school.
They found a
than
reason
just
to come to
get an
school.
education.
Exactly
I mean,
right.
something that excited them, that
Absolutely
gave them
right.
interest.
Exactly. And because I am surprised. I'm the founder, Jack's the teacher. I'm surprised at how powerful it's been. And when you create that human connection, it just brings out something that's very special.
The identification technique, I mean, something that they can identify with.
Exactly.
You know? And when you empower somebody to help others get what they need out of life, they step up to the plate.
Right.
Exactly.
We
So Hershey's, let's go.
That's right, among others, let's go, among others. Right, so we help create a safe space, not only within the club, but now that affects the school climate.
Yes.
Right, so now we begin to work on things like name calling and bullying, and we move kids.
I have the chills. Keep going.
We move kids from being bystanders to being allies, and ask them to step up and to play a role in, again, I can be a positive agent for change. I can
Yes.
make a difference.
So this goes far beyond current events.
Oh, absolutely.
absolutely.
Worldwide.
We use current events as teachable moments.
Yes.
We do some geography work in there. We do a lot of current events work in there. We do readings. from
But Bob,
different
you're absolutely right,
cultures.
because what we're trying to do is prepare them for the 21st century.
Yes.
What people don't understand is we're connected in a way we've never been. If Google's new founder has a book out, we're going to go from 2 billion people with access to the internet to 7 billion. So we now have the capacity to talk to everybody across the globe. We want to link our Bronx clubs with people in Mexico, Brazil, Argentina, Egypt. We want to bring the kids together and create a new generation of leaders.
Yeah.
Civic-minded leaders are going to solve the problems in the world. So we're not just going past current events, we're trying to provide the solutions that humanity needs.
I like it. Sometimes all too often, our kids, we live in this microcosm, and they think
Right.
that this is all that's in it for them. This is it.
Yeah,
But there's a whole world out there.
absolutely.
Now, do you do trips where they can see those other
Well,
parts of the world?
we've just finished our first stage of the pilot program. Eventually, that's the goal. We have a year-end project.
see
bring
it,
all-
feel it, taste it,
Absolutely
smell
right.
it. Yes.
Exactly right.
We're having an event June 1st in Rye Town where all the clubs are coming together to present to their parents and to talk about what the club is
My
meant
eyes are
to
open
them.
wide.
That's
Very
really
good. Very good.
So it's been a great experience for us.
And we love to take it across the Bronx, as you say. We provide it to the schools for free.
Mhm.
All they need to do is provide a teacher and interested students, and we give it for free.
And I'm afraid to ask, well, where do you take it next? I mean, because I know the answer to it.
Next is high school and college level, and those will be more like discussion groups,
Mhm.
but also service learning.
But across the globe.
Yeah.
Across the globe.
No, we're serious, because
Right.
Yes.
we're talking to clubs in Mexico right now,
Yes.
Brazil, Israel, Egypt,
China.
Dominican Republic, and China, and because the technology facilitates. So Jack's developed a curriculum for video linkages,
Yes.
where we can get the kids talking to the kids in Egypt, get the kids talking to the Dominican Republic. And the other thing is, of course, our diversity here is a huge strength. Portchester, where we also are very strong, the schools are 90% Latino. I speak fluent Spanish and Portuguese. I can't wait to have these kids talking across Latin America.
Yeah. They'll
creating
learn
that-
different languages.
Yeah.
and everything.
They're going to grow up and enter the most diverse workforce in the history of the world, right?
And with
So-
technology, it will translate for you also.
Exactly
Exactly
right. So
right.
we talk about head to heart to hands, right? Do they
Yes.
have the knowledge? Do they have the empathy? Do they have the character skills? And do they have the real life communication skills and conflict resolution skills to navigate that world? That's where we're going.
Great. We applaud you. I know everybody behind me is going like this. Yay.
Contact
great.
us and let us know. You know.
Yeah, our website is www.oneworlduv.org.
OneWorldUV.
V.org, or just Google One World United and Virtuous. If you Google One World United and Virtuous, you go to our website.
There you go. Joe Carvin, founder, One World United and Virtuous, and Jack Zaccara, Executive Director, One World United and Virtuous. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
OneWorldUV.com.
Or
Go
dot
there,
.org.
Check it out. Or
Dot
.org.
.org.
Either one.
Right,
Either
there you
one.
go.
Got them both. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank
Thank you,
very
Bob.
much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Sit
Appreciate
tight
it,
for a
Bob.
second.